बिलोलीकर साहब, पहले इनके क्वेश्चंस ले लेते हैं, देन इनके दिए हुए क्वेश्चंस में बाद में पढ़ के वो ले लेते हैं.
No problem.
We have 40 minutes. We can spend 40 minutes with this. Most interesting part, huh? Yeah, I am seeing some empty seats. So please fill them up. So they will do the needful. So questions, mic runner please. Manan, please be in the center. Sir, you have to be on the other side. Photographer sir, please. Now we have, sir, please on the other side. Tame yahan aa jao. So there is a mic guy here. So people raise your hand and questions. After I finish your questions, then we will take the questions which are already sent by various groups, GJ Shah group, Rahul Shah group. Okay, there are many questions that have come in, we'll take that. Okay, any questions? Ketan bhai, fast, Manan, please. Can we have one more mic?
Hello.
Thank you, Chintan, on dais. I have one because I'm a stock taker and stock picker, so I have one question. If a company which is normally right now doing transferring to the subsidiary their goods, and normally they register the subsidiary into brother-in-law and run away with a lot of business profits, is this loophole is blocked by this GST? Because they are normally produced at 10 rupees, they pass it to the 12 rupees, actual price is 20 rupees. And they pass on all the entire profit of the listed companies through this channel. And we know all this, but we are unable to make this loophole filled. Can it be possible by GST? Because the valuation report is coming now.
It's quite an economical question. I'm sure we have not expected, but it's a very beautiful question. Bilolikar sir, please.
See, this valuation rules are there because now it is the thing between the two entities. I mean, government directly can't intervene in that, but so far as the selling at undervalued price, there is a valuation mechanism and that will kick in, and then whosoever is selling or purchasing will have to pay the tax at the proper rate. That much is assured in the law. Next, whether he runs away or a pocket profit, that is between the two entities where government can't do anything. That is civil or criminal matter, you have to go in the court of law. Only the valuation rules are important here for your case, that's all.
So there is no mechanism that automatic valuation comes through your system that this is wrong or right?
No, there can't be automatic valuation because there are the number of conditions involved in valuating any particular goods. I mean, similar kind of goods have different prices.
Correct.
Same, you can get 3,300
but you can
Nokia.
check it, no sir. So if that company is selling to others at 20 rupees and he's telling me to 12 rupees.
So that will be thrown in the analysis of the return filed by you.
Okay.
While analyzing purchase and sales. Okay.
My second and last question is this Chintan has mentioned that inflation will be controlled, but a lot of working capital will be required to pay advance taxes and advance because many companies, for example, Coca-Cola is having business all over India, but he has to pay supply to the Maharashtra or any other state and has to pay the GST first. So a lot of cost will be incurred. So isn't it this mechanism will increase the inflation directly?
See, the cost, suppose all the vendors, those who are supplied to Coca-Cola, are going to file returns at the same time as the Coca-Cola is going to file the returns. So Coca-Cola can obtain or any company can take the credit immediately, and ultimately the liability will arise after deducting the input tax credit available to that company. So suppose your business profit margin is 20% and 80% are goods or service involved, then you are going to get ITC on the 80% amount. So what is your outflow is going to be only on the 20%. So that's why, as Mr. Shah said, that the vendor management becomes important, that you have to select your vendors properly, those who are going to be tax compliant, are going to pay taxes within time. So you can use the ITC or you can use the facility of ITC. So your tax outflow will be less. Now you are using vendors who are not going to pay taxes on time, then you are stuck with paying more taxes. That we can't help it.
Next question. Manan, be fast, please. Oh, okay, sir, please.
Excuse me. Good morning, Chitan bhai. See, I just wanted to know this IGST has been replacement of the excise. Is it correct?
Okay. So, sir.
See, the IGST or CGST, RGST, we can call it a simple GST, is replacement of 17 acts. So all put together service tax, now you pay service tax, it is no more there. Now you pay octroi, it is going to be abolished on whenever the GST kicks in on 1st July. Sales tax will be there, no more there. CST won't be there. Entertainment tax won't be there. Excise won't be there. So you can't call that it is a replacement of excise. It is replacement of all those taxes.
Second thing, if I'll purchase from Vishal, who is in Maharashtra, and after my purchase I make a conversion on the goods, and who is in Gujarat, what is the implication of my
Taxes.
making? Yeah.
To pay tax on value addition.
Sorry?
You have to pay tax on the value addition.
Value addition is one thing, but question is, I am buying from him and making another person to convert something.
So now every stage you have to raise a bill, every stage you have to pay tax. As simple as that. Every stage you have to raise a bill, every stage you have to pay tax.
No, but for conversion, what you
For conversion also the labor. So there are some provisions. Suppose the amount, the value of the material is very large. So naturally a person who is doing labor can't purchase that goods.
Yeah.
So for that there are specific conditions, specific provisions are made in the GST law. So on the labor amount he has to pay the tax.
Thank you.
It's a request that we have to quicken up the questions a bit, okay, because there are at least 60 in my hand and I want to give justice to all of them who have efforted sending me questions. So we have to be a little fast. I'm sorry for this, but please.
So what about the profession tax in this GST? Whether to remain?
Profession tax is not an indirect tax in terms of what is the concept of indirect tax we have learned in canons of taxation. It is continued in whichever states they are. Next question.
Sir, when we purchase shares, we used to pay service tax, STT, transaction charges and all those things. Do we need to pay all those things? Or GST would be implemented there also?
Dr. David will answer that. You have to press the button upstairs.
See, service tax is one of the acts which is subsumed in GST, and the provisions will be applicable. Rate of tax will be as per GST rate of tax. Under the earlier service tax, it might have been a little less or more, but under GST, the rate which will be determined, that will be the new rate of tax from 1st July.
So Manoj bhai, your question is, yes, 18% I think so will be the rate applicable to the brokers and so-called sub-brokers. Okay, it will be there. Next question.
ઇન્દ્રભાઈ ગુજરાતીમાં બોલું છું.
બોલો 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 બોલો.
ઇફ આઈ સેલ ગુડ્સ, હું માલ વેચું છું અને હું મારા કસ્ટમરનું જીએસટી ભરી દઉં છું હમણાં. ઇફ આઈ નોટ, મને પેમેન્ટ નહીં મળ્યું તો કેટલા એનું કાંઈ પ્રોવિઝન છે કે?
સર સમજ ગए ना बिल्कुल गरकर सब पेमेंट नहीं.
I think you are talking about the case of bad debt કે તમને પૈસા આવવાના જ નથી. That will be most unfortunate event to happen, because even in present sales tax માં પણ એમ પોઝિશન હતી કે when you have completed sale, liability is there. Thereafter if you don't receive money, you are not spared કે પૈસા નથી આવ્યા કરીને મને ટેક્સ નથી ભરવાનો. So that protection you will not get. But there is another aspect to it કે આજે તમે ધારો કે 1 લાખનો માલ વેચો, but there is some dispute about quality and all those things or about the rate, and then you decide કે 1 લાખના બદલે મને 90,000માં આપણે અકાઉન્ટ સેટલ કરીએ. In that case, when you are ready to settle down for 90,000 instead of 1 lakh of rupees, તમે બિલ તો 1 લાખનું બનાવી કાઢ્યું and you are settling down for 90,000 rupees, then there is a provision under the law that you raise a credit note, and whatever 10,000 you are reducing, that amount you can prepare a credit note, you can show tax element, and that amount can be reversed. Only thing is that in under khali one care you will have to take, that in first flow the bill has gone for 1 lakh of rupees. Now you are raising a credit note, ready to pay less tax to the department. They want to ensure, the department wants to ensure that the fellow who has received that credit note has reversed his ITC. Unless and until he reverses his ITC, you will not get that benefit. But it will not hold good for bad debts, unfortunately.
Hello.
Please be quick on the questions, please.
Chintan, just few minutes back you mentioned that there will be for 18% impact on stocks. So what is the ultimate impact on the end consumer? You said brokers and sub-brokers.
I'm unable to understand the questions, but the way I understood is that there will be a cost on the final consumer which will increase. Are you talking from a consumer point of view?
Yes.
Yeah, so if you go back to my presentation, I said that actually whatever 18 or 28% is a mix of various taxes, excise, service tax or VAT, which was charged separately. Now it is a single tax. Very important question here is, if the manufacturer or supplier adjust his base price considering GST. Previously his base price was say 100 and he was charging excise and then VAT and then it was coming. Now if he changes his base price taking into consideration the GST rate, consumer will not be affected, and for that there is a clause of anti-profiteering which Mr. Bilolikar sir, can you please throw some light how it will help?
So that at the end of the day, the consumer should get the benefit of whatever reduction is going to happen in the tax structure or the price structure because of the reduction of so many taxes into one tax. And the government's major task is to see that the prices remain at a constant level, because in fact in number of items the tax has been reduced. The number of complaints is going to be reduced. Okay, in some certain items there is a minor increase in tax, but overall if you see the picture, that the service tax, now the gentleman was asking about service tax. Till now the service tax people dealer were not able to get ITC from whatever goods purchases by them. Henceforth they will get the ITC. So the increase of margin increase of 1 or 2%, I think in the larger run will be evened out. So there is no actual increase of the tax. Sir, at the end of the day, suppose now 1 lakh rupees goods, as he mentioned in his presentation, now you can charge it by 1,18,000 as a tax, or you can come to the realistic level of 80,000 as the price and 18% on that. So the person who are going to sell at 1,18,000, there are clauses and there are rules in the Act and rule that it is a punishable. They will have to pay hefty fine, and it is a punishable by.
So the sum of the situation is that manufacturer supplier cannot take undue benefit of this subsumed tax and having one single tax, and they keep on charging on the same base price which they were to charge before. That cannot happen, sir. Sorry, let us cut the greed now. Next question. Anybody? So now I am taking up questions which are there already been sent. So now we will be at least addressing some 20 very interesting questions, Borlikar Saab, and then we'll break for scrumptious lunch. So the first question I want to raise to Kiran Garkar sir, for a civil engineer who gave structural audit report in Mumbai, for property he audited in Chennai. This is coming from the concept of place of supply, sir. Right? Don't forget the pencils. So civil engineer who has given structural audit report in Mumbai, for property he has audited in Chennai, what will be treated as his place of supply, sir?
Actually, I would like audience to know that because Chintan has already explained the issue, but you will also have to keep track about the place of supply, where the supply is taking place. And when you refer to IGST, concepts of place of supply separately given for goods and separately given for services. The property being situated in Chennai and structural auditor being situated in Mumbai, it will be a IGST transaction. So he will be levying IGST on whatever architectural fees he is going to levy.
If the recipient is registered in Chennai, and if the recipient is not registered in Chennai, how the situation will be?
Irrespective of this fact.
Okay.
Well, when we are talking about supply of service in relation to immobile property, it is not important whether the recipient is registered or not registered. The place of supply will be Chennai, and because architect is situated in Mumbai, he will be levying IGST.
So one question emerging from is, we chartered accountants registered here in Mumbai,
Yes.
we go to various places for audit out
Yeah.
of Mumbai, and we issue report for those recipients outside Mumbai. Sorry. So how do we charge tax on that?
That call you will have to take basically receive that audit assignment. If
Okay.
that company is having office in Mumbai itself, and you are working that particular company with a audit assignment given over here, then it will be basically a audit report given to Mumbai branch, and that's why there will be a levy of CGST, SGST. But
Perfect.
suppose if company is outright based in Chennai, just like here the property was based in Chennai, and then you or your staff are visiting to Chennai, conducting audit over there, then in that case it will be the IGST levy as far as audit fees are concerned.
I hope this is much clear on the place of supply concept for all service providers, I guess. Sir, continuing to service, one more question, Kiran sir. A freight booking company is providing services to a foreign company by providing fleet and of vessels and aircrafts to allow transportation of goods from India to outside India. Will this be treated as export of service for the freight booking company? The conditions what the question is asking is, if money is received in INR, what is the situation? And if money is received in foreign currency, what is the situation?
As I said, if you are basically in service, you will have to be very alert, because under IGST Act, they have considered these two situations separately, where both जो सर्विस दे रहा है और सर्विस ले रहा है वो दोनों इंडिया में सिचुएटेड है, एंड दे हैव आल्सो कार्व्ड आउट द प्रोविजंस फॉर द पर्सन either of them, either receiver or supplier, is situated outside India.